Which villain had the best motivation and who was the most intimidating? I would have to say Super Buu. I thought Super Buu was mad intimidating because again, he wasn't all the way Kid Buu where he was totally out of his mind, but he was also smart enough to come up with strategies and distract people so he himself can continue to get stronger. And it's like, it's really, if he's continuing to get stronger like that, there's really nothing that you can do with him. One thing that was crazy about him is when he got to the tower, not only did he kill everybody, but before that, every living being on Earth got brought into the conversation. And so he walked over to the end of the tower, walked around the tower, and he counted every human being on Earth, put his hand up, did a genocide blast, and killed every single human being on Earth. If that is not an intimidating feat, I don't know what is. As far as the villain that had the most, had the best motivation, to me, I would have to go with Zamasu, because I understood where he was coming from. It was like we have all of these different species that are violent and are killing each other and are just doing it over and they never change. And all we're doing is sitting up here and just watching it. We're not intervening. We're just hoping. Like, what did his master say? Go and say, like, we'll check in again on them in a few hundred years to see how things have changed. Then they did that. Things didn't change. You feel me? Like, so I can understand his frustration because at the end of the day, he just wanted peace. He went a terrible way of going about it, but all he really wanted was peace. So I definitely understood his motivation. And to me, you feel me? Like, he was one of the only villains that truly had a motivation that meant anything. You feel me? Like, you have villains that just want to destroy. You have villains that just want to get stronger and test their strength. You got villains that just want to rule the universe. Like, those are basic motivations. Like, I feel like Zamasu was the only villain that truly had a deep motivation that had a deeper meaning. So that's my two picks.
I really like that Zamasu pick. I really like that. I really like that because I remember when they had put that T, I think they said he was pure. He is pure hearted too. So I was like, wow, his motivation is really pure. For me, most intimidating, well, I think Frieza first. Like, I feel like if we look back at the Namekian saga and just look at what was going on, like Frieza was literally the boss of the person that almost blew up the world last saga, Vegeta. Like, Vegeta was literally one of his henchmen, basically.
Facts.
And I feel like that Namek saga had no hope. The Z fighters was way deep in the water, deep above their head in the water. So I feel like Frieza just represented like a demonic force that kept getting stronger. Literally everybody that they fought from the Ginyu Force, everybody all was under Frieza. And then he had the first transformations and power-ups. Oh my goodness. Everybody was like, no, he went to that second form and like Gohan literally had to pull something out of his bag to even go against Frieza, so I definitely say Frieza for the first part. And then most intimidating for me, I think Perfect Cell. I think Super Perfect Cell, because if he had all the DNA of all the Z fighters, so that's number one. He had the same Zenkai boost as all the Z fighters, and he was calculated like Piccolo. It was almost like that, like bro said, like the demon Piccolo vibe. What happens if Piccolo was completely evil, that calm and that calculated, and wanted to just test and toy with everybody? That's really insane. He had a whole games for the Earth, and it wasn't even a choice to participate. He said, "I'm finna blow up the Earth. Y'all play these games right now."
He didn't he didn't even have to do that. The Saiyan in him made him do that. The motivation to fight niggas made him do that. Because if he really wanted to, that man could have just ended it as soon as he got perfect. That was it. Because it wasn't even Goku at this point, even Gohan because they're still training.
Right.
At this point, he could have just fucked everything up and was like, deuces, feel me? I'm finna fly somewhere else.
Literally. And he didn't even act out of anger too much. I feel like when he came back after he got killed that first time, he just solid blast. He killed Trunks.
Facts.
What's wrong with this guy?
Facts.
For fun. He just talk about
Man couldn't see with no dust. He just was like, I'm gonna just hit the first nigga I feel, bro. Like
Literally. Do y'all remember that scene when they're showing everybody's face? Everybody's like, where that beam going? Where it's going? And Trunks is like, that was crazy.
that was insane, dog. Bomba, what you got?
I ain't gonna lie. I did have Cell as like the nigga with the most aura, most fear nigga, especially like when he transformed and just stood there. Let niggas just attack from nearby. He just there like, oh shit, this is my strength now. Like there's no Krillin punching me, there's no Android 18 and whatnot. I'm just here just chilling. But I didn't know we were doing super characters. That's why I'm gonna change my answer now. And when he's first introduced, he doesn't seem like a villain. The person I'm talking about is Beerus. I mean, when he's first introduced, he seemed like a villain. Now he doesn't seem like a villain.
Right.
First of all, at this point in Super, the most legendary form that we've seen, Super Saiyan 3, this nigga Beerus comes and lets you power up. You think you're out about to fight? Nah. One tap to the shoulder, you out. I'm headed to Earth. Finna go find Super Saiyan God. One of the cockiest nigga in the story of Dragon Ball Z has never groveled in front of nobody. Even Frieza coming back today, he talking shit to him.
Facts.
Locked eyes with Beerus. What this nigga started doing? Bowing. I'm like, what is going on with Vegeta, nigga? What is happening? That's that nigga. That's what he did. And apparently to this day, we ain't see an ounce of his power yet.
Facts.
I think that says it.
Facts. A nigga can sneeze and blow up a planet, bro. Like that's insane. Like you shouldn't. One man should not have all that power.
He does.
Facts.
So was that your intimidating or your motivation?
Oh yeah, motivation. Motivation. I gotta go with motivation. I'm gonna just agree with Zamasu because honestly, bro, in the story of Dragon Ball Z, ain't nobody that got good motivations. And I guess I can kind of understand what Zamasu was doing, but if we can't keep it a buck too, he just had a superiority complex. Like we're gods, we're supposed to be making this decision. How do y'all breach these things? So I necessarily didn't agree with that, but I guess we'll check this him looking out for a piece, whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Kenny, we ending off with you, and then we're gonna go to the next section.
I'm gonna do motivation first because I'm gonna agree with the Zamasu pick too because I think that's one of my biggest gripes. I always talk about how the plots in Dragon Ball Z don't have enough oomph on them, and that's one of them that they villains just don't have any purpose. They just be like, I'm stronger than everybody, so I'm just gonna blow the shit up.
Okay, well that's not what we're getting at, but we're gonna let you keep going with your ignorance.
We don't even know Frieza. Like we know a little bit of Frieza's backstory, but we don't understand why he actually wants to destroy everything, other than he's a superiority complex. That's it. And I guess because Beerus told him to do it is what he said.
I gave him okay.
And then my most intimidating one is Kid Buu. Because how the hell you pull up in heaven and start killing people that are already dead? What? Like, bro, what is wrong with you?
Like nobody is supposed you. Oh my god, nobody's supposed to be here. What are you
That's
doing
what I'm saying.
How did you? Nobody in their own will, not even Goku at this point, was able to go to heaven if they are not dead. This man sensed dead niggas and said, "Let's run this fade."
Like, bro, what?
Like, there's absolutely no. Kenny, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Like,
one.
for what? Like, what did you gain?
Join our Discord server now and dive into a space where we talk everything. Sports, anime, music, entertainment. We cover it all. And trust us, it gets hectic in there. Got questions, hot takes, theories? Bring them! Share your ideas, thoughts, and be part of the conversation. And hey, if we feature anything you drop in our videos, we'll be sure to shout you out. Our community is growing fast, so don't wait. Tap in now, leave your mark, and enjoy the fun before it gets packed. Share this with your grandma.